I'm Beauty Ashley, and this is the Beauty Ashley Show. Up for beauty, and another one, and a bigger one. And what are your goals of being a model?
My goals. One of my main goals is to still to remind women of their worth, and to remind them that you are enough and that you are beautiful, and it's through the curves that you have. Because listen, everybody is beautiful and special in their own way, whether you're pink, black, orange, whatever you are beautiful. How can social media tell you who you should be? That's not realistic. So for me, it's just I'm just that light in the corner, just to remind you that you are enough. You know what I mean? So
some nice energy warmth in here.
It's going to review its pricing. Why? Well, a number of customers have complained that some larger size garments in the stores were 15% more expensive than smaller sizes. The chain says it now hopes to ensure pricing differences like these don't happen in the future. But this is a wider story, isn't it, about retailers across the globe and how they treat plus-size women. I'm very pleased to say I'm joined by Corinne Mensah, who's winner of Miss Curvaceous 2018. First of all, congratulations on winning Miss Curvaceous 2018.
Thank you.
I mean, this story is basically about New Look selling garments for larger ladies at a higher price. Does this surprise you?
Honestly speaking, it doesn't. It's literally across the whole border. There's so many brands now that are really promoting the whole plus size. So it's why should you put the price down, or why should you change the price? Because we're all the same, and we all deserve to shop at the same shop and feel comfortable about that. The prices shouldn't change.
Okay, so retailers have been saying, some retailers say, look, the point is it takes more material to make a plus size dress than it does to make a very small dress, and therefore we have to cover that cost.
Honestly speaking, I personally don't believe that, because like I was saying, we're all different shapes and sizes. Like a lady, she's a size 3 and I could be a size 9. The prices are still the same for shoes, so why should it be different for dresses as well,
Do you think things have improved though for plus size women in terms of the shopping experience and the way that they're advertised towards? Because I go home by London Underground every day, and I'm beginning to see more and more adverts featuring plus size models, which I think are absolutely brilliant. Do you think that the advertising campaigns that feature plus size model are telling us that the fashion industry are taking plus size more seriously?
Of course they are, of course, and that is something that I'm so happy to be a part of it, knowing that I won Miss Curvaceous UK. Like you said, that when I am going under the train and I'm seeing on the billboards plus size, it's amazing. It's amazing what they're doing, because it's really evolving now, because different shapes and sizes of curves are involved. So they're really making that, section really big now, and it's really amazing.
And of course, talking about from a business point of view, there are so many women in the UK where, what's the average size in the UK
So the
now?
average size, not a lot of people know this, it actually starts from a size 12.
That's the average size in the UK?
Yeah.
Which is, is quite not a large size. I'm a size 12. I'm a 12 to 14. So in terms of sizes, there are plenty of women who fall within that bracket and bigger. That's plenty of pounds and dollars that could be spent in shops, right?
Exactly. And honestly speaking, you just have to consider the change. You can't stay where you was. You have to keep moving forward. So yeah, definitely.
What more do you think retailers need to do then to cater to the larger woman?
Honestly, just don't make excuses about you using more materials and stuff like that, because we are all ladies. We want to shop. We want to look good. So if you're not going to cater to us, how are we going to shop? How are we going to come to your brand and want to spend our money? It's going to make us want to withdraw, because that's happened to me before. I sometimes go into the shop and I say I'm only going to buy probably 2 items, and normally I will leave the shop with 10 items. But if you're not going to cater to us, then it's just going to make us withdraw back. And we really want to spend, and this is why I'm so happy that I'm here to make this change. So literally, the brand should really, get on board with this and start making this a change and make it part of it now.
Okay, Corinne Mensah, Miss Curvaceous, so good to have you on board. Thank you very much for joining us.
The Beauty Ashley Show. I'm with the winner of Miss Curvaceous UK 2018, Corinne Mensah. Yes, that plus size competition, she killed it. If you saw the nice poses she was doing, amazing. She also has her own YouTube channel. and she owns a hair business. She's a young black entrepreneur. I like that because like she's motivating a lot of people. Not only that she won the competition, but she's now going on. So please follow her because like if you follow her YouTube page, you'll see her hair. She talks about herself. Her Instagram, I know, is always popping. She's always smiling, that nice Ghanaian smile. And she featured in a dance video called Azontoversity, which reached over 300,000 views. Yes! So I'm so excited that I have her in the building today. So let's go and let's welcome Corinne.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so I'd like to ask you some questions. Time to come here today. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good. Like, I'm excited to be here. So
Thank you. Who are your biggest influences in the modelling industry?
It's hard for me to like pinpoint just some, but I'm just going to mention some from the top of my head. So Tess Holiday, Ashley Graham, Chanel Ambrose. She's a blogger, but she inspires me a lot. And Philomena Poe.
Philomena Poe. Okay. How do you think like you've developed since Miss Curvaceous, winning Miss Curvaceous?
First of all, I would say I've developed a lot in myself as a person because I've shared my story so many times. The reason why I actually went into Miss Curvaceous was just to boost my confidence and to just know myself at a different level. And I feel like ever since Miss Curvaceous, I have been like working on that, just been mastering it like day by day. It's just been growing. And it's like sometimes I'll share a post on Instagram and I'll just be like, I love the woman that I'm becoming. So it's just really making me grow and making me develop into the woman that I'm supposed to be. And
Okay, do you think it's hard to find work in this type of industry, especially like being a plus size model?
I still feel like there are some challenges because it's like when you're big and you've made it up there, it's like when they need to do a campaign or they need to do like a sponsor shoot or whatever, they're going to go straight to the people who are up there and they're not going to look at the upcoming because, you know, now it's like you're following, it's all about that. So it's like sometimes you have to like prove yourself that, listen, I am as good as the people who are up there as well. So it's like, it's not that they don't want to choose us, but it's just whoever's like the main ones, they just go straight them. So it's hard for the up and coming one. So
okay, that's fine. What do you think are your greatest weaknesses and strengths in like yourself?
Just in general, I would say, which is bad for me to say, sometimes comparing yourself when you look on social media. I know we all be scrolling we be, you know, we'll be doing that but I don't let that get to me. And my strengths is just I know the kind of woman I am and I'm not afraid of it, and I'm just here to like share whatever I have. I'm here to share, and that is like my biggest strength as a person.
I'd like to, before I carry on the question, your hair is actually nice. It looks really natural. Like actually, like is that your hair?
No, it's my wig from my my business. Yeah,
it's really nice. Like
thank you.
Like it's not like them by force baby hairs like you will be looking like you're from India but you're Africa. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay. And what do you think you're doing to improve like your weaknesses, you know, like scrolling up? Do you feel like
what I'm doing is first of all admitting that okay, this is what I'm doing, like to have a real conversation with yourself and be honest, and instead of having that negative or that, you know, funny feeling or energy, I'd rather turn it out and post like post other girls and tell people to support them. So I turn that negative energy into a positive energy and say, look, support this girl, check her out, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I do.
Okay. And how is the experience, like the whole experience of being a model since you became the winner? Like, you know, this is like, I know there's thousands of girls that auditioned and only one person came out and it was you. Like one person won a competition. How was the whole experience from last year until now?
You know, it's funny because sometimes people still ask me today, oh, how do you feel? I told them I'm actually still buzzing because like I said before, I went in just to boost my confidence and just to find myself, not to know that I was going to go and win. So since then, it's like, wow, it's you know that cheesy saying, my life has transformed, my life has changed. Literally, it has changed because it's like, I've gone from being a local girl going to the shop in her trackies and stuff like that. Now I can't be doing, I have to be doing
nice,
you know
classy.
You know what I mean?
Just in case them snaps up behind you.
I saw her, you know, she was looking at one tramp. But it's like, it's just having to maintain that. Obviously I don't let that get to me, I don't let it stress me, but it's like now it's like you are somebody, so it's like you have to live up to that, but then find the balance of just being yourself. But yeah, it's been an amazing journey. Like I can't have it any other way. Like, you know, when they say, oh, I'm living my best life, I feel like I am living my best life, because it was something that I've always wanted to do. And being a child at a young age, saying that you're not good enough, or you're not pretty enough, or you don't fit, you know. And now I'm actually doing it. It's like, because I can do whatever I want. Do you know what I mean?
You're living the best life.
That's it.
So let's discuss your availability. Like, are you flexible to travel? Are you like free? Are you a parent?
Okay, so the thing is, I am flexible to travel because I've had to make myself available, because obviously, like, when you are starting out being a model, listen, let's just be real, like, the funds are not going to pay itself. You need to have something financially to help you to do that. So it was hard to like find the balance with my normal work and trying to travel and stuff like that. So I had to find the balance and then get like a part-time job, so I have more flexibility. So now, because obviously when I go into, I was just like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. But it's like, now if, you know, there was to say, listen, we need to go somewhere, I'm on it, because I realize you can't be saying no for every opportunity, because you don't know, that door's going to open multiple doors. So I really made myself available and flexible to travel and do all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Would you consider yourself a creative person?
Yes, I would.
I can tell, because the way you're dressed today, nice and red, you know, matching the lipstick and everything.
I would call myself a creative person, because I'm not only a plus size model. Not a lot of people know that. I also, I used to dance, as you guys just mentioned, and I'm also an actress as well. Okay. So literally, I've been into the creative industry from a very young age, because my dad's actually an actor in Ghana as well. Okay. So it's just been in.
It's in the family.
Yeah, it's literally in the family. Yeah. So.
Okay, so when entering like a modeling sector, for example, in front of cameras and lights, like how do you feel behind the camera? Do you feel like you have another alter ego, or?
Yeah, I can't lie. Some new girl comes out of me. I can't lie. Like when it's me by myself, I'm this goofy girl. But when it's time to do job, people are like, okay, what happened? Like, do you know what I mean? Because you gotta show that, you know what, this is me, and I can bring some fierceness, I can bring some sexiness to the table. And at first, I can't lie, being in front of the camera and stuff, it was not easy.
How would you build a relationship with other models? Do you feel comfortable like mixing and matching with other models, or are some stingy? You know, some people do guy like they don't want to be approached. And how do you react to stuff? Would you still be comfortable in that area?
So I haven't been in the modeling industry for long, but you can sense something when something is wrong. And the little experience I've had, I can sometimes sense where someone is just like off or whatever, and I have to work with the person. At the end of the day, this is business, so I have to be professional. And yes, I know where I stand with you. We're not cool, but hey, we've got to get the job done. So yes, it will make me feel uncomfortable at times, but the job has to get done. And then and there's just some models as well where you're just so cool, we just gel, we just talk, and we're actually friends. But there's just some where they're just not going to like you for whatever reason, and that's just life. Do you know what I mean? You can't please everyone. You know, people are not going to like you for whatever reason. So when it comes to that, I literally, especially when I can sense some tension, I'm on job. I'm not gonna, you know, because we need to be professional in whatever we're doing. If you want to take it to the next level and be serious with what you're doing, you gotta be professional. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes to that, I just cut it out.
Okay. Yeah. And you know, if a photographer doesn't really like do the thing, and you know, sometimes you know you're looking nice as a model, but he's there doing some next angles. Like, how would you react to that?
It's actually happened before. So in the beginning, like when I first started, it's like everyone was like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like I want to film this and film that. And it's funny because the day after I won Miss Curvaceous, I went to an interview with BBC Three that day, and like I was just like, you guys are not really getting my angle, so I had to like really like say, okay, this is where I kind of want to be, so can you like put me in that light kind of thing. So we had to like kind of have a conversation, and then I think since then it kind of just flowed for me. But then there'll be some times where I'm doing a shoot with a photographer, and he's just not speaking. I'm just like, am I doing a good job or am I doing a bad
job? Yeah.
And I'll just be there person and he's just like, and I'm just like, okay. And I look at the pictures and obviously it's not looking good because they're not making me feel
not giving you direction,
you know what I mean? So it's a two-way thing, but it's annoying sometimes.
I heard, as you mentioned, you went to BBC. How was that experience? Because, you know, growing up, I'm sure, you know, being in London, BBC is a channel.
Being a South London chick, living the normal life, and then the next day, BBC are calling you. That experience was like, yay, I'm actually a somebody.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they came to my house, picked me up, in their private car, took me to the, you know, and then like people were just taking pictures of me. I didn't even know where they were coming from, but I was just with my manager, and he was like, pics. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? It felt really good, and you know, like it was just a lovely experience and stuff. And then they took me around the whole office and stuff. It was just like, wow, yeah.
Okay, so tell me something that we will know by looking at your portfolio. So we know you're a dancer, we know like all the other bits, but what is there in you, Corinne Mensah, that no one will ever know?
That's a very interesting one.
Including your mum, your partner, if you have a partner.
What's something about me that I'm such an emotional girl, like when it's unnecessary. Like, you know, when you go to a wedding but you don't know the bride or you don't know the groom, you just I will cry, like I will full on cry. Like I'm such a baby. Okay. So I was born in the UK. But my parents were both born in Ghana, so I'm fully Ghanaian.
Why? Fully?
Yeah.
Gold Coast?
Yes, man.
Okay, so how would you react to somebody being negative about you on like your social media?
Okay. I don't bother addressing it because in my platform, my energy, we do not allow any negative in my space. Like I think the first couple of months when I obviously won and stuff, I got this negative comment which made no sense. He was just attacking me and some other girls. And then I was just like, you know what? If I actually waste my precious energy on this, then I'm a failure.
You're a failure.
So I just don't even bother. Like as soon as I see something, delete, block, and that's it. That's how I deal with it. Okay. Yeah.
So how would you feel if like you got a job and they never told you like what you're gonna do? You get there, they ask you to do something uncomfortable, like that you don't want to do. So I don't know what makes you uncomfortable. Like some people all naked, some people like bending over. We don't know these days. So what would you think? What would you do? Would you do it by force?
I've been in a similar situation like that before. So I had to actually travel. I'm not gonna go into where it was, but I went there. You know, I was excited for the audition and for the casting. Sorry. And then on the list, it was like, would you want to like do like nude? I was like, no. And it was a thing where I was like, well, if you don't do it, then you're not kind of gonna go through. And I was like, oh, I swear. So I wasted my whole money to come here just for you guys to say that. And I was just like, do you know what? And I can't lie. You being like a nude like model and stuff like that, the money is good because that's sex is everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it sells really quickly, but because I know my why for what I do, it's like I can't lower my standards just to do that. So when that comes, it's like, oh, the money looks good, it's very tempting, but I gotta stick to my ground kind of thing, and I just have to just yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna fire you some like questions, and like I don't want you to think about it. So you're just gonna give me one answer. Okay, so Tyra Banks or Cynthia Bailey's?
Tyra Banks.
Stormzy or Chipmunk?
Stormzy.
Ghanaian jollof or Nigerian jollof?
Ghanaian jollof.
Okay. Winter or summer?
Summer.
And I do this with everyone. I'm going to give you 15 seconds and you're going to tell me like your dream goals. Next 1 year, next 5 years. It's just 15 seconds only. I've done it with everyone. Okay. So the clock goes now.
Okay. For me, is to actually open a school in Ghana. To open a creative school for like children who don't go to school and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I want to do, and I also want to like build a platform for women to like, you know, really embody this. You are enough. You are beautiful.
Okay. Wow. So you want to build a school in Ghana? Wow, that's so good. That's really, really, really good.
Wow, they ain't seen me in a while. Fresh trim, they like wow. New whip, they like wow. Who blow, they like wow. New stick, I'm.
The same way with skinny people. There's a lot that are healthy. There's a lot that are not healthy.
Of course. Because it's my body. So I think you need to make that decision on whether they want to do something about their health, because you know what, everybody's entitled to their own opinion and everybody's entitled to their own health. You know.